Okay, we're recording. Alright there everyone. I'm doing a little video just because I feel like if I put my intentions down in a video, it'll make me more likely to actually do the thing rather than just making secret plans that I can abandon at any time. So yeah, I thought basically, let's have a look at my garden. It's a right bloody mess. It's all overgrown. It's quite nice and green and lush, but it's not very nice. It's not a proper garden. It's just an overgrown patch of land at the minute. When I first moved in, I did all this work on it. I put the greenhouse in, and this overgrown bit over here was meant to be like a wildflower meadow. It's just turned into a bramble patch, basically. Yeah, so I had a plan for the garden, and I don't know why I've been more and more interested in like. I guess like the idea of like a magical approach to things, like a spiritual approach. I don't really know what to say because I don't really have any particular like I don't really have any like spiritual beliefs or anything like that. You know, I don't follow any of these things. I just have an interest in them, and more recently, I just felt more and more drawn to ideas like this. And I think the thing that started it was a completely irrational act. When I was soaking the seeds for the Hawaiian baby woodrose seeds, you had to soak them in water, and before that, I had to sort of chip away a bit of the outside of the shell of the seed to get it to soak the water in. And as I was doing that, I cut my finger a little bit, and I don't know why I suddenly had the idea to put a drop of my blood into the water which the seeds were soaking in. I don't know why. It's just all of a sudden I had this urge to do it. I did it. It was a completely irrational act, and it kind of, I don't know, like sparked something inside, because I did this like irrational thing. It like sparked something in my head to make a garden to Hecate. I don't know why. Basically, I've been kind of half-heartedly interested in Hecate, who's an ancient Greek goddess, and I think she's worshipped by like some Wiccans, and I don't want to talk about it because I don't know a whole lot. Basically, my main interest was I went to this like art fair one time, and there was this guy making copper jewellery, and I just felt drawn to a symbol. I don't even know. Can we film that? I don't know, I just felt drawn to that symbol, and I was like, oh, what's this? This looks really interesting. And the guy explained it was the Hecate's wheel. But I didn't really know a whole lot about it. I just thought, oh, that's cool. You know, it's like, it's got an interesting bit of history. And, you know, I just liked the design. I felt drawn to it. So I bought that necklace, and I've worn it round my neck ever since, apart from the times where I've lost it down the back of the bed or something like that. But apart from that, I just wore it constantly, and it's got that kind of like green, you know, when copper starts to go a bit green, and the design comes out even more. So yeah, I don't know why, ever since wearing it repeatedly every day, I've become more and more interested in it, in Hecate. And she's the goddess of poisonous and psychoactive plants, of crossroads, of the night, the moon, death, crossing over points, like the barriers between the living and the dead. And these are all things that have kind of interested me over the years, and I don't know why. I don't know why I just picked out this symbol, and it seems to correlate to things that I've always been interested in. And I don't know why. All of a sudden, I just got this idea: make a garden to Hecate. It'll kind of be like almost like a shrine or something. So yeah, and I just think it'll be a nice project. It'll give me a drive for the garden, and I just wanted to know if anyone has any inputs. Obviously poison plants, interesting plants. I kind of want to try and get things that are native to Britain, Not 100% plants that are native to Britain, because I like to grow exotic things as well. But there is enough interesting plants that grow in the UK to try and get something in the garden. I've got a few plants out there already, like the wormwood plant, which I might try and actually just put into the ground. It's only in a pot at the minute. I've got black henbane seeds, datura. I think a lot of night blooming plants would be good as well. Night blooming flowers, moonflowers, I think will be quite appropriate. Maybe a pool of some kind. I think, I can't remember the exact tree. I think it's a yew tree, which is associated with Hecate. I could be wrong there. I don't know. Also, I was just looking through, because I've got these books. These are really interesting books, by the way. And I was just looking through this one, and I saw Hecate's Garden. And it's just mostly just poetry here. I'm not going to read it out. The meeting of three roads. Smell is the first of the senses. So I guess I've got to have a lot of... oh, fuck's sake. A lot of scented flowers. Some messages get misdelivered. Yeah, I don't know. I was interested that this was near Hecate's garden. You can read that if you want. I'm not going to read it all out because he had some cool artwork. Anyway, that was just a little look at that. So yeah, I don't know if anyone's got any ideas of what I can do. It might be an interesting project to do a video about. Transform this garden into a kind of, I don't know if it'd be like a shrine, sanctuary, altar. I don't know what you would call it, but it'd be interesting just to have a drive for this garden. Another thing is that my garden always seems to reflect my mental state. And the last few years haven't been too good for me, and the garden itself has just fallen into disrepair. And yeah, I always feel, you know, when I'm not feeling so good, I just don't work on things. I don't go outside. I don't work on the garden. And, you know, it might be interesting to have something that reflects my mental state and also has this kind of spiritual aspect to it. I think Hecate also represents like personal growth or personal transformation. So that'll be another interesting aspect of it. Also, one of the symbols of Hecate, a key, and I've got this key which holds the key to go out to the back of the house. What else was I going to say? Oh yeah, a lot of the time with my explorations when I was younger with psychedelic plants, especially the first time I did Salvia divinorum, I got a great sense of this, like, when I first took it and I first got my breakthrough experience with Salvia divinorum, I got this great sense of this giant, like, female being sort of welcoming me in. And this was like 15 years ago, at least. And, you know, I've always thought about that experience. Not really explored it any further, but perhaps that was, perhaps this is the fruition of that experience finally coming to bear. Excuse me. Anyway, there we go, Hecate. I don't know a whole lot about the goddess or the history behind it or anything. It's you know, it's not oh, fuck's sake. It's not something I've researched thoroughly, but it's something I'm interested in exploring, and I may explore it through the form of gardening. Alright, anyway, let me know your thoughts, any ideas of what I can do, and stay tuned for more gardening transformation vids. Alright, bye.